Okay, in this video we're going to go ahead and actually upload the package to the server and get those important download links. Just actually before we actually go to FileZilla, the protocol to actually upload the package, here's another really great tip that I would recommend. In regards to the name of your package, try to make it as complicated as possible. So it's a lot safer in the sense of no one guessing your download link in regards to the name. Some people do unfortunately try to go after guessing the name and getting a free download out of it. So here you can see, look, this is your package. Make this complicated, and there's some letterings and numbers and words, so to speak. So I want to try to make this as complicated for somebody looking for a freebie off my server if this was a paid product. I mean, there are certain platforms or softwares or scripts that you can have to make it more secure. However, if you're starting off, then that is something to worry about later. As you know, this is a free product we're giving away. You just want to bear that in mind for the future when things get a little bit more advanced. So let me go to FileZilla. Here we have. Let me just make sure this is connected. Here you would again put your host name, your username for the control panel, and the password. Straight away you can see it's needs to be extended. So let me actually expand this. And in this area I'm just going to go straight to public HTML. And I want to go ahead on public HTML and right click and select create directory. So let me recap that. So all I've done is I've extended this main folder in remote site. I've gone to public HTML. I've expanded that by pressing the box here with the plus sign as indicated, and upon public HTML I placed the cursor and I've right clicked, and I've got a number of options, and I want to go and select create directory. And here you can see a new window has opened, very small window, that is titled create directory. So I've got as you can see, I've got public underscore HTML / new directory. Now what you need to do in this area, simply delete new directory, only delete new directory. So without highlighting it, I'll actually do this manually so we don't go over. So make sure you just delete new directory, but we leave the rest intact. Okay, so here all we have is / public underscore HTML /. And now what we need to do, we need to actually create a folder for this. So let's go ahead and type products. Again, be case sensitive. So it's either uppercase or lowercase. I would suggest doing lowercase. Products. So I'll go for product. And what we will now see is we actually have the new folder called product under public HTML. So if I go now again and double click product, what you will see just below, let me actually extend this window. Now what this is showing, the file name here, this tab here, this is actually showing me the inside of product folder. So what I now need to do, I need to go to the tab to the left in this area, just adjacent to the tab, the open area where it says empty directory listing. And in this area I'm simply going to locate my product package, and I'm simply just going to right click and select upload. And here you will see it's actually uploading the folder. This is this folder's only got a few items in there with very little space, so to speak, so it's going to be a quick upload. Now what you can now see that in this area it's populated, and the zip folder is actually now in the products folder, and it is now on the server and it's live. Now what we now need to do, we need to test it and make sure that everything is working correctly, and we have a download occur once the URL is placed. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and open up a notepad. There's a trusty notepad right here. Now for this, let's have a look. Okay, we need to actually put the URL in first, which I'll explain in just a moment. So let me make this easy and actually copy this. So here we have choose a domain name for practice.com. So I'm going to put HTTP in front. Now this is an important part. You really cannot have any mistakes in the link, otherwise the download will not work. Now for me, I prefer, instead of typing out, I just simply, if I went to rename, you've got to be careful that you don't mess this up. I just copy it, and then you would see, choose a domain name for practice.com/product/ again, because we're actually breaking or separating each part. And as this is a long name, I'm simply all I hit was rename, and then you can see I can change it, but I'm not going to change anything. All I was doing is allowing, the ability of actually copying the name without typing it. That is such a long name to type. Go back to my notepad, and all I'm going to do is simply paste. And now you can see this is our download link. If you do look at the ebook that's also provided, it will reiterate the process, so you really can't get confused with this. But for me, I prefer, if you see a video, it's a lot easier to understand, because I like to explain exactly why we're doing it, and you have that extra narration that goes alongside it. So I've got http // choose a domain name for practice. This is just the domain name right here, and then we separate /product/ as we saw earlier on, and then the remaining name of the folder. So if I go ahead and actually copy all of this, let me bring over a window. Where are you? Let me actually pull it up. Okay, let's get a new tab running. Don't think this tab wants to work. Here we go. Okay, now all I'm simply going to do is copy and paste in there. Fingers crossed this works. If there are any breaks, believe you me, it's happened to me before. I made a mistake where it was case sensitive. I put a capital P, wouldn't work, and you've really got to make sure you don't have any mistakes. But if I just go ahead and press enter, and straight away what you see, you just seen an arrow come down, and it's working fine. Perfect. That link is working. So let's actually test that again. So here we have what you would see for this browser. You saw the arrow popped up, you saw a loading sign come up there, and the window opened. So let me go ahead and press enter again, and straight away it's downloading. You can see there's a one within the bracket just to say this is another copy that I've downloaded of the same thing. So now that's it. It's so simple. I've literally created that link within a few moments. So let's have a recap now. Let me actually go over this again, because I know when it comes to the technical parts it can get slightly confusing if you're a technophobe, so to speak. So straight away what we did, we went back into our FileZilla agent. We actually connected using our control panel username and password with our domain. We went to the main area here. It was closed, we've expanded it, we've gone straight to HTML. Upon HTML, right click, created a directory. We've replaced new directory by entering a generic folder name, which I've named product, and within product I've just selected product, and it's opened this tab here, so I know whatever I'm uploading is going specifically to the product folder. Furthermore, I've gone to the left area here where these are all the files located on the computer. I've located the zip file I wanted to upload. I've right clicked and selected upload, and that simply uploaded that product package, that zip file, up to the server and within the product folder. So the next stage would be, I've simply put the URL together. That's the URL, that would be your website name, followed by / with the product, because that refers to this product name here, that folder. And then within the folder I have the folder, the name of the zip folder. So that was essentially just the name of that. And that is it. It is as simple as that. So make sure you go ahead and you have no mistakes. It is case sensitive. Make sure you go ahead and test it. But once you've done that, then you've got the ability now, the information, to actually create your own, um, product folders or your folders online where you can house your own packages and have your own download link. So now you have the URL for your download link. So we're going to now jump back to WordPress and get everything sorted.